everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with aPlantBasedDiet.org. Welcome to chapter 134 out of 150 in my Live to 150 book. Of course, it's my goal to live to 150, and me being a lifestyle nutritionist, talking about lifestyle habits and food that you can eat, not practicing medicine. That's basically it. Now, this chapter may be new to you because even if you've been in the space, you may not be that familiar with fruitarianism, or just someone in what is a fruitarian? What is fruitarianism? That's kind of the purpose of this chapter. Well, basically, it's got the name fruit in it, so you may have guessed. And if you looked at our logo, you see all these colors on it. It's basically somebody that eats nothing but fruit. So yes, they're automatically vegan, and in most cases they're organic, because if they're doing the fruit only lifestyle, they're doing it for health in almost every single case, for optimal health. So we know the optimal health is organic, and AKA non-chemicals, no chemicals used. That's really the most important thing here. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about your health, because this is maybe an area that you've never explored. And if you go to chapter 42 and you look at what do you eat, what's the food, what should I do on a daily basis, I don't specifically mention fruit or fruitarianism because this is so far off of almost everyone's radar, but I absolutely have to include a chapter in it. In fact, we are involved at aPlantBasedDiet.org in some projects there. If you click on the intentional communities tab after you go to our website, you'll see links to both Terra Fruitus in Ecuador and also Fruit Haven. And there's a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking has been involved in developing these communities and why they are in the areas that they're in. I mean, they're affordable. They're within the tropical regions, very close to the equator, hence Ecuador, which is on the equator. This is like 3 degrees off where they are, just south of it. So why? What's the history here? Why is someone fruitarian? Why should somebody be fruitarian? That's not. Are humans supposed to do that? Like, if you didn't know this from before, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about, right? This is new. It really became new to me in 2014 after I decided to get rid of all animal products, which was dairy stuff for me at the end there. I wanted to go for optimal health. That's when I found out about this, around that time, right? We started the nonprofit. And since then, we've been kind of gathering up steam and working more. We've got some projects going. We've got a house that's almost done in Terra Fruitus, and we've got some land that's available for sale. Very inexpensive, a few $1,000s for a plot of land over in Ecuador. So it's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity getting at the very beginning. Now, I think that humans, my own theory is, humans used to live within the tropics areas down there in Ecuador before, who knows what happened. I don't know, we destroyed the environment, we weren't paying attention, who knows what, I don't know. I don't think most people couldn't even read or write. There was no communications. And eventually we moved north. And look at the color of my skin. I wouldn't do well in the tropics, but that's why I talk about filtered sun. I can wear long sleeves. I have short sleeves on now. I can wear long sleeves. I can wear a hat. I can wear sunglasses. I can wear pants, shoes, gloves, whatever it takes. So I'm not going to get burned. No problem. You can get some stuff that is ventilated so you don't overheat, that kind of thing. So it doesn't matter about the color of your skin, which country you've most recently migrated from or whatever, because we don't know back like 10, 20 generations ago, whatever, what was going on. And I think that people were over there. I think we're frugivores. I think that's been mentioned in many times over the years, and do optimally on fruit. So if you go to chapter 42 and you see me say, look, Mike, right now in 2022, I'm eating like 60% of my food intake is fully organic, fully raw produce, mostly fruit, because vegetables don't taste that good unless you dump them in some sauces that are usually, in my opinion, they're like flavored salt sauces or hot salt sauces or whatever the thing may be, or fat. Lots of fat or salt in those sauces. It's not natural, not normal. I have a chapter on fat, of course. I have a chapter on salt. Just check out those chapters. But fruit has all that stuff in it. There are some fatty fruits which you need to avoid, like durian. Sodium is in the fruit in the non-rock form, which your body actually likes. So you can see why it really checks all the boxes, right? If you've read the rest of this book and you got to this point, you're like, what's Mike talking about? Fruitarian? He didn't mention fruit, really, not really in the beginning. And there's some people out there, really, even now, that say, well, fruit's a dessert, or you're getting too much sugar if you eat fruit. And not everyone agrees. I am not discussing this book as I've mentioned in the past and several times from a scientific perspective. This is more my own experience. I know how I feel when I eat this food. I know how I feel when I eat cooked food. If you're supposed to eat raw, I would think that, fruits are a much more delicious way to handle eating raw produce than vegetables. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever thought about this before? What are you doing now? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to start like a discussion down there. We can see like what's your favorite fruit? What do you do about getting fruits? What about in the winter time? Even now, I'm recording this book in September of 2022, getting near the end here. We'll be done soon. But the grape season is about to come to an end. I get a lot of grapes from the grocery stores, no matter where we travel, Denise and I. We get lots of organic grapes from California and from Mexico. We try to get the ones from California, but that's coming to an end. That grape season is just a season, and then there's other stuff happening. But then we migrate, we go down south. We got lots of events in Florida. Check out our fest events on the aPlantBasedDiet.org website. And of course, Ecuador is an up and coming thing. I think what's really holding the fruits things back from us getting back to our fruity, beginnings is the internet. I'm all about the internet. I have another channel, adigitalnomad.net, that kind of chronologues, logs everything. It's a vlog. It's whatever you want to call it. And it's tough to do if you're in an area that has slow or spotty internet or not fast internet. So that's coming to an end soon, hopefully with Starlink. We've already been testing that on an Airbnb we have, and hopefully we'll have an Airbnb down there in Ecuador where you can kind of take this all in too. And there's a building, growing community in this space. And I really encourage you, if you're all curious about this chapter on fruit and fruitarianism, and to check it out. And you can start by checking our website out. Like I said, see what we got available there. We have actually purchased Fruit Haven 9 over there in Fruit Haven in Ecuador. It's the whole farm. You can buy a lot. When you buy lots in Fruit Haven 9, you're buying them from us, okay? Because Denise and I have purchased that property. And then we'll have our property, which I've yet to name. We got to give it a name, in Terra Fruitus. And it should be ready here within the next couple months. Should have everything done. And they have something that they call the Amazon Fruit Festival every single year in Terra Fruitus in Ecuador. So check that out. That is worth it. And search up my channel if you want to hold, like I basically documented the entire experience from getting on the planes and getting there. Just getting there from the airport is an experience with these buses over these big mountains in the Andes, because it's in southeast Ecuador. You got to go where you can grow the fruit outdoors, right? We've talked about this, but the sun, that's why these communities are there. If you think fruit's important, you might need to start thinking about relocating, seriously. And what's also nice about Ecuador is no hurricanes. I'm on the East Coast. I'm used to the East Coast, and we're in hurricane season right now. I haven't seen any yet, but it's only a matter of time until these hurricanes start swirling around and trying to crush everything. And that doesn't happen there in southeast Ecuador. Even the earthquakes are on the Ring of Fire, which is on the west side at the lower elevations. So it's a very stable area. It's in the Amazon. You got so many birds, so many species of plants and animals all over it. There's life everywhere. And you see how that all kind of flows together with the fruit as being the optimal diet for humans, I think, when you consider everything. And again, based on my experience, I've eaten all the foods. I know how I feel. As I get older, I'm past 50 and 52 now, and I need to be more mindful about what I'm doing here with the food. So I really come back to fruit, and high quality fruit, local fruit, organic fruit, no chemical fruit, ripe fruit. That's another one. These are skills. You got to learn all these things. If you subscribe to our channel, of course, I put out all kinds of videos about, just put one out yesterday about grapefruits, put some about cantaloupes, how to tell when your watermelon's ripe, even how to make a watermelon smoothie, these types of things. They're really fun and they're delicious, okay? And they optimize the health. So love to read your comments. Hit that like button, slam the like button, whatever you got to do. Knock a key out on the keyboard so you like this video, and subscribe to the channel so you will get notified at our next release of our next chapter. Bye-bye, everybody. See you in the next chapter.